Hello, my name is Arte Yakimowicz. I'm a researcher at UCL. Here I would like to show you how to set up HRMAn for deep learning. In step 1, we will download KNIME from the official website. Next, we will run the KNIME installation file to install it on this Windows computer. Once the installation is complete, we will start KNIME and install the KNIME extensions required for DL4J to work. As you can see, this can be done by going to the Help menu, about KNIME Analytics platform, and go into the installation details. Next, you need to press the Update button. And once we're sure our software is up to date, we need to follow the link about the available software sites and make sure to add the stable community and community contributions. Now, if you go to File, Install KNIME Extensions, you should be able to find DL4J in the new available software. Once the installation is complete, you will be prompted to restart KNIME software to make sure everything is set up properly. And now we can proceed to the step 3 of our tutorial, enabling the GPU for DL4J. First, let's quickly check whether DL4J is successfully installed and available for us in the node repository. Let's search quickly for DL4J, and as you can see, it is. Next, let's go to the File, Preferences, and find the preferences of DL4J, which are inside of the KNIME preferences. Now here you can find two most important parameters, which are use GPU for calculations and the value for the off-heap memory limit. To use GPU for calculations, you need to have CUDA-compatible GPU from NVIDIA and respective CUDA installed. You can follow the link in description to learn how to do it for different platforms. Now, the off-heap memory depends on the technical specs of your machine, so follow the link to learn about the details. Now, in the final step, let's have a look at how to set up hyperparameters for a deep convolutional neural network called Alexnet. Hyperparameters can be quite tricky to set up for your specific dataset. However, default parameters are usually a good place to start. You can find most of them in the configurations of individual nodes. And here we'll have specifically a closer look at one hyperparameter that is called learning rate. Optimizations of hyperparameters like learning rate can be performed by looking at the value of the loss function over time, or epochs. It's a good idea to start with the default value, which is 0.01, and move up and down in tenfold increment. If your loss over time looks like it starts to decrease and then explodes up, your learning rate is probably very high. If the loss is decreasing very slowly, your learning rate is probably too low. If your loss values decrease extremely rapidly in the first few epochs and then stays constant for a really long time, learning rate is still too high. Ideally, your loss should decrease rapidly but steadily over a longer period of time. Once you're happy with the changes to hyperparameters that you've made, it's time to start training. Training can be started by executing the classification node. One useful feature of the classification node is the learning view that can be opened by right-clicking the classification node and selecting View Learning Status. The learning view shows you live update on your loss values, and these values can be copied and plotted for the diagnostics. It is also a good idea to use GPU monitoring utilities like GPU-Z to make sure you're utilizing all of the capacity of your GPU and ensure that the training runs smoothly and fast. That's it from me. Thank you for your attention and happy deep learning.